Yo, ever felt like she was into you but couldn't quite tell why? There are 3 clear signs a woman is sexually attracted to you, and most guys miss them completely. Not because they're dumb, but because they were never taught how to read the sexual attraction signals hiding in female attraction psychology. These aren't compliments or obvious flirts. We're talking about subtle, powerful signs rooted in subconscious desire. And if you don't catch them, you lose every time. If this kind of content helps sharpen your masculine awareness, consider liking, commenting, and sharing this with someone who's on the same journey. You might shift their entire perspective. Let's break down exactly what those signs are, how they show up, and what they mean when they do. 3 clear signs a woman is sexually attracted to you. There's a moment, right before she speaks, where her eyes say more than her words ever could. Most men miss it. Not because they're clueless, but because they've never been trained to see what's not being said. These aren't romantic gestures. These are deep, primal sexual attraction signals rooted in raw female attraction psychology. And if you're not tuned in, you're always one step behind. It's not about chasing anymore, it's about masculine awareness, so sharp you feel what's happening before she even admits it to herself. What if the reason she laughed at your joke wasn't because it was funny, but because she was testing you? That lean in, that pause, that slight hesitation before looking away, those aren't random. They're what we call desire indicators, and they reveal way more than any compliment ever could. You don't need to ask her how she feels when her body language decoding is already screaming it. Once you learn to read these unspoken cues, you'll stop second-guessing and start leading with quiet masculine authority. Here's the kicker. She wants you to notice, but she'll never make it easy. That's the game. That's the dance of sexual polarity. A woman's energy pulling back, testing the strength of your masculine frame. And when you react with neediness, it vanishes. But hold your ground, stay centered, and suddenly she leans in harder. That's not chance. That's interpersonal attraction doing its work. And you're either the man who controls the dynamic, or the one left wondering what happened. Imagine this. You're at a bar, and she touches her hair while you talk. Most guys think she's just fixing it. Wrong. In many cases, it's a subconscious move, a feminine way of signaling interest, of drawing attention to herself. It's instinctive, a flash of subconscious desire wrapped in a casual gesture. If you're grounded in your male self-mastery, you catch that cue. If you're not, it flies right past you. And that missed moment, it's a window that may never open again. It's not about pickup lines or trying harder. It's about seeing what's already happening and aligning with it. Women are always communicating, silently, subtly, constantly. Her breathing shifts, her voice softens. She lingers a second longer than necessary. Those are your attraction triggers, and they're only visible when you know what to look for. That's where red pill awareness comes in, not as a gimmick, but as a lens to see the attraction dynamics most men are blind to. Let me tell you about Marcus, a client who used to mistake politeness for attraction. Every time a woman smiled, he assumed it meant she liked him, and every time she ghosted, he felt crushed. Until we broke it down together. He started learning about behavioral psychology and tracking confidence cues. Eye contact that lasted too long, touch that lingered, subtle shifts in how she stood near him. Within weeks, he stopped chasing fake signals and began responding only to the real ones. The difference between confusion and clarity often comes down to one thing: emotional awareness. When you know how female mating signals actually work, your mindset shifts. You go from, does she like me? No, respond to, she's showing attraction. How do I lead now? That's a powerful shift. That's where self-respect power begins to develop. So when your sense of worth isn't tied to guessing, but grounded in observation and truth, that's what starts to shape your male confidence mindset. Not fantasy, but calibrated clarity. You don't have to guess anymore. Once you understand female attraction psychology, you start to recognize that her random behaviors aren't random at all. They're patterns, predictable, observable, repeatable. The way she positions herself in your line of sight, the way she mirrors your posture without noticing. These things scream sexual intent cues, but only to the man who has cultivated his inner stillness. That's psychological leverage, being able to see clearly while others are lost in noise and assumptions. Too many guys wait for confirmation. They want her to say it out loud, to remove all risk of misunderstanding. But that's not how attraction works. Attraction triggers are nonverbal, felt before they're admitted, and if you need her to spell it out, you've already disqualified yourself. The man with masculine frame doesn't seek permission to notice reality. When he reads it, trusts it, and calibrates. That's the core of social calibration, being able to move in sync with the unsaid, the subtle, the real. She won't text you, I'm sexually attracted to you, but she might send a selfie late at night. She won't say, I want you, but she'll linger when it's time to leave. These are real, raw desire indicators. And once you rewire your perception, they stand out like neon signs. It's about seeing the emotional tension behind the words, not the words themselves. That shift, seeing emotion beneath behavior, is what separates men who lead from men who chase ghosts. Let's get tactical. When she's attracted, she finds reasons to be near you, even if they don't make sense. She sits closer than needed, asks questions she already knows the answer to, creates accidental touch. These aren't coincidences. These are sexual attraction signals backed by deep behavioral psychology. Want to test it? Next time you're with a woman, lean back, stay grounded, let her close the distance. If she does, you've just confirmed everything we're talking about without saying a word. Many guys think that being direct is always the move, but sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is pause. Hold eye contact. Say nothing. Let her sit in the moment. That's where interpersonal attraction blooms, when your presence speaks louder than your words. Dominance presence isn't about puffing your chest. It's about creating space where she feels your gravity. And when that happens, she leans in, emotionally and physically, because your silence communicates more than 1,000 compliments ever could. Here's something no one talks about. Women often test you after they feel attracted. Why? To see if you can handle it. She might tease you, go cold for a moment, challenge your opinion. It's not rejection, it's confirmation. She's checking for strength, for certainty, for true masculine authority. That's when you stay grounded, unfazed. Because the man who understands red pill awareness doesn't flinch when tested. He sees the bigger picture. He knows tension is part of the dance, not a signal to retreat. Now picture this. She's laughing, touching your arm, getting closer. And just when you think it's building, she shifts, gets distracted, backs off. Most guys panic. But here's the truth. Female mating signals come in waves. They build, retreat, build again. That's part of the natural rhythm of attraction dynamics. If you chase during the retreat, you break the flow. But if you hold your ground and wait, the wave returns stronger. That's how you ride attraction, not kill it. Think about how many moments you've let slip because you didn't recognize what was actually happening. That sideways glance, the casual bite of her lip, the delayed response when you joked. Each one was a door, a chance to lead. But without awareness, those doors stayed closed. The man who builds male confidence mindset starts noticing the pattern. He stops waiting for green lights and starts moving with calibrated instinct. That's how self-respect power grows, through clarity, not confusion. Through action, not hesitation. You don't need to become someone else, you just need to notice what's real. Attraction doesn't hide, it's just wrapped in subtlety. It shows up in micro-movements, shifts in tone, the way she changes energy when you enter the room. These aren't mysteries, they're sexual intent cues waiting to be seen by a man with true masculine awareness. And when you finally stop looking for big signs and start tuning into the small ones, that's when everything begins to click. For real. And here, a quick pause. If this content is opening your eyes to things you used to miss, don't scroll past this. Hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel, because what you've learned so far is just the foundation. The deeper we go, the more power you gain in how you relate to women, to yourself, and to the world. This isn't fluff, this is rare knowledge, and it's meant for men who are ready to level up. Let's keep going. Let's clear up one of the biggest lies men believe, that women will tell you when they're into you. They won't, not directly, but they'll show you, if you can see through the noise. A woman who's sexually drawn to a man gives off confidence cues she doesn't even realize she's giving. Her rhythm changes, her breath deepens, her laughter softens. These are rooted in female attraction psychology, not social politeness. The guy who reads the room right becomes the one she remembers. There's something magnetic about a man who doesn't rush, who holds tension, who lets moments stretch without trying to control them. That's the power of dominance presence, and it's attractive in a way words can't explain. When a woman feels it, her energy shifts, her shields drop. That emotional pull is how interpersonal attraction deepens, especially when mixed with subtle sexual polarity. Don't overtalk, don't explain. Just be, and let her feel what that does to her. Most guys talk themselves out of attraction. They feel a signal, then rationalize it away. She's just being nice. She's like that with everyone. Sound familiar? That's your conditioning talking. That's the voice of a man who hasn't developed red pill awareness. Because a woman's subconscious desire doesn't announce itself. It reveals itself through contrast. How she treats you versus everyone else. If her energy shifts around you, that's not random, that's data. Pay attention to that data, not just her words. Ever noticed how she reacts when you go quiet? When you stop performing and just look at her? That's when the real attraction dynamics start to surface. The slight blush, the fidget, the way she suddenly looks down and back up. This isn't awkwardness, it's tension. And emotional tension is the spark of desire. But only if you can hold it, if you can breathe through it. Most men rush to fill the silence. but a high-value man uses it as leverage. Let's talk about eye contact. Not the creepy, locked-in stare. The relaxed, grounded gaze that says, "I see you." If she holds it longer than normal, breaks it, and looks down with a smile or blinks slowly, those are strong sexual attraction signals, and they matter more than any text message ever could. That kind of unspoken exchange cuts past logic. It hits her limbic system. That's behavioral psychology in real time. Learn to see it, learn to trust it, then lead. You might be wondering, what if I'm wrong? Good. That question keeps you sharp. But overthinking kills flow. You don't need 100% certainty. You need calibrated instinct. That's where social calibration shines. It's about stacking observations. Is her voice softer? Is she initiating contact? Is she holding space for you to lead? 3 yeses are a green light. That's how men with true masculine frame operate. They move with informed confidence, not emotional guessing. And it changes everything about how women respond. Women feel safe around presence. Not just physical safety, but emotional safety. That you won't judge them for feeling what they feel. That's what makes female mating signals come alive. A man who's grounded, clear, and not looking for validation triggers a woman's natural desire to express herself. It's in her biology. When she senses you're unshaken by her shifts, she tests less and trusts more. That's self-respect power in action, and it's what invites real, raw attraction to the surface. There's a reason women say they just felt something around a man. That feeling comes from subtle alignment. His body, energy, and tone are congruent. No neediness, no mask, just solid embodied presence. That's male self-mastery. And when you walk into a room like that, her attraction triggers activate without her even knowing why. She won't say it, she'll feel it. And those feelings will guide her behavior. If you're calibrated, you'll notice. If you're not, you'll wonder what went wrong. A woman's attraction isn't always romantic at first. It often starts with psychological leverage. She notices you hold eye contact differently. You speak less, but say more. You don't react, you respond. That's rare. That's magnetic. And suddenly, she starts scanning you in a new way. Not just what you're saying, but how you're holding space. Her feminine energy reacts to that. It's wired into female attraction psychology. She doesn't need to understand it. She just knows she wants to be near it. A client once told me he felt invisible. Women never chose him, but the truth was brutal. He gave off no edge, no tension, no signal. When we rebuilt his posture, voice, and focus, within weeks, women started initiating contact. Why? Because he embodied masculine authority. He created emotional tension just by existing in full alignment. He wasn't chasing anymore. He became the gravity. And when a woman feels that dominance presence, she responds. Not because you forced it, but because you finally became it. Most men are too loud, not just in speech, but in vibe. They overexpress, overpursue, overexplain. Silence, used well, is a weapon. A smirk, a pause, a lean back. That's how interpersonal attraction builds. That's how she becomes curious. Attraction grows in mystery, not in certainty. And the man who masters red pill awareness knows that showing everything too soon kills momentum. Leave space for her imagination. Let her lean in. That's where the real sexual polarity begins, when she feels she's chasing something real. Think about this. If you had to verbalize your value every time, would you still have it? Real attraction happens when your presence speaks for you, your grounded breath, your slow movements, your steady gaze. That's how masculine frame communicates louder than words. A woman's body picks up on this faster than her brain does. It triggers ancient patterns. She starts engaging from instinct, not logic. That's not manipulation, it's alignment with her biology. That's understanding female mating signals on a primal level. She notices how you hold your coffee, how you walk into a room, how you react when other men talk. Everything counts. Your micro-expressions, your posture, even your pauses. She's constantly assessing your male confidence mindset without realizing it. That's the silent screening process every woman runs. And if you're unaware of it, you're playing a game you don't even know you're in. But when you learn to control those micro-outputs, suddenly her behavioral psychology shifts, and she begins showing signs she doesn't show anyone else. Let's get brutally honest. Attraction isn't fair. It's not evenly distributed. Women don't choose based on resumes. They choose based on emotional impact. And emotional impact comes from embodied energy, not overcompensation. You don't need a Ferrari. You need confidence cues that signal certainty, stillness, and direction. When she senses those, her walls lower. Her signals become more open. She starts mirroring, following, leaning. That's how real attraction dynamics unfold. Not through effort, but through calibration. Through showing up with internal power that needs no performance. The final sign? She starts reflecting your energy without realizing it. Her language shifts. She uses your phrases. Her rhythm syncs with yours. That's deep interpersonal attraction at play. When a woman mirrors you on that level, it means your presence has imprinted on her emotionally. That's a sign of powerful attraction triggers activating her nervous system. But again, it's subtle. You won't catch it unless you've sharpened your perception. The man who sees that reflection early leads the dance. The one who doesn't gets left behind. There's a moment, after you've calibrated, observed, and stayed grounded, where her walls finally drop. And when that happens, she'll show you everything. The softness in her eyes, the vulnerability in her laugh, the pause in her words. That's your signal. The shift from testing to surrender. That's where subconscious desire comes forward fully. But you only reach that point if you stay rooted in self-respect power. Not pushing, not performing, just holding space. Attraction reveals itself to presence, not pressure. This whole journey isn't about decoding women. It's about refining yourself. The sharper your awareness, the clearer her signals become. The stronger your masculine frame, the more her female mating signals amplify. Attraction becomes effortless when you stop searching for it and start embodying it. Every gesture you've learned in this video reflects what women naturally respond to, without words, without games. Now it's your move. Sharpen your male confidence mindset, tune into the signs, and become the man who no longer guesses, but knows. The truth? She's already showing you. You just haven't been trained to see it. But now you are. From her voice to her glance, her pauses to her proximity, the sexual attraction signals are all there. The only question left is, will you act with clarity or stay blind, waiting for her to make it obvious? This isn't just about her, it's about your power as a man. And the moment you step into that power, she feels it, every time. So now the question is, what will you do with this awareness? Will you keep hoping she makes it obvious? Or will you finally take the lead and start reading what's been right in front of you all along? Because female attraction psychology isn't hidden, it's just quiet. You've got the tools now, you've seen the sexual attraction signals. You know what desire indicators look like. The only thing left is to trust yourself. Drop a quick comment below. I'll never unsee the signs again. That one sentence shows you're locked in, that you're stepping into this next level of awareness. Thank you, genuinely, for staying with me till the end. That says a lot about the kind of man you're becoming. And if this helped you, even a little, here's what you can do to help others too. Like this video, send it to one man who needs it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. We're just getting started.